Cooler Master says that the Caliber X1 is the throne to rule all games. Are they right? Find out now in our review. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Robeytech. Everybody loves Robeytech. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Justin Robey and I'm the host of Robeytech. And today we're looking at, it's our first gaming chair. Guys, it's our first gaming chair. And I've got the human malware hair going on right now. I'm feeling a little self-conscious, but that's not why we're here today. Cooler Master a while ago sent us a Caliber X1. It's one of their newest chairs. It's made for kind of heftier people, sitting at 330 pounds. It's got a lot of different options. We're gonna walk through it today. So our editor, Brian, had spent, I don't know, what did you say, Brian? Like 150, 200 hours? How many hours have you sat in the chair?
At least 200.
Yeah, about 200 hours. This is a 200 hours worth of review. We want to really make sure that we were thorough in our review. But let's do a quick overview of the Caliber X1. The Caliber X1 is a gaming chair built by Cooler Master. It came out earlier this year. It was debuted at CES. We got the chance to take a look at it when we were actually there in Las Vegas. It has 180-degree tilt, which in and of itself is actually pretty incredible. They call it 4D aluminum armrests. And that 4D means that they have multiple dimensions in terms of not only can you move it side to side, you can move it up and down, but you have 4 degrees of motion. Oh yeah, forward and back as well. I got sign language happening behind me as we talk about this. It uses unibody cold molded foam. In fact, you will have no butt sweat is what they're kind of going in there. What was the term that you used, Brian? I forgot what it was.
Swamp.
So, yeah, no butt swamp on this chair. And we tested this, right? Like we made sure that we're giving you a proper review for the chair. And it's also got adjustable lumbar support, a ton of different options in terms of pillows. It's got the lumbar pillow that you can move up and down. So a ton of different options. So let's start with Experience First Class, which is kind of their top line. And I'm just going right off their website because the thing is that if they're gonna use their marketing stuff, we wanted to directly talk to what they call their marketing. And it says, where game meets first class with cloud-like comfort on the ultra-wide precision-mounted foam and the full 180-degree recline, the X1 chair offers active support for long-haul gaming sessions. And so one of the things that I talked to Brian about as we were reviewing this chair is I was like, hey man, they're saying up to 10 hours. That was like their big claim to fame. It's like, this is comfortable for up to 10 hours. So we went beyond that. Brian actually sat in the chair for over 12. He had some long 12-hour editing sessions where he's testing this out. And all in all, comfort level, he said, was very, very good. In fact, and the other thing too, like you said, no swamp butt, so we didn't have any issues with cooling. Here in Seattle, it's actually starting to get warm, so we tried it in a bunch of different varied temperatures. And I have to say, Cooler Master actually nailed it on this one. So good shout out on that one. Pretty happy with how that overall came out. And like right now, so far so good. We're talking about the rock solid build. And this is kind of the interesting thing because we actually have some bigger people, myself, obviously a good friend of mine, Kevin Darby. This is rated up to 330 pounds. And then the other thing that they also said is that you could also, it's the overall height is up to 6 foot, wait, I'm looking to verify what it was. 6'3", so 330 pounds and 6'3". Now, Kevin, who's 6'5", actually sat in it, said all in all, feels really good in terms of the overall length. The one thing we will say is, given that this thing can actually tilt 180 degrees, you do have to realize that it sounds like it actually, they've moved the overall support of the chair back, so there is some issues with pushing back and forth in the chair. So, and sometimes it actually almost feels like you can fall over. Fall forward, like as you're trying to pull it forward, and that allows them to actually have it lay all the way down. Minor gripe, but something you should have to be concerned about should you want to. The other thing too that's pretty crazy about this chair overall is they talk about the overall aesthetics. There's almost a carbon fiber-esque look along the whole edge of the chair. Overall look is very, very premium. I'd say that I think one of the things that we've said specifically about Cooler Master's gotten away from just using kind of their big logo. It's just got that nice stitch embossing on the top, which looks really good. Light hints of purple. Overall, it's actually a very good looking chair. Most of the people, we had a couple blind tests today with Trevor and Kevin who got to take a look at it for the first time, and they were actually very impressed with aesthetically how it looked versus like some of the chairs like Maxnomic and other ones which look overall gamey and racy. This one's actually gonna look pretty good in your office, which I think is another kind of sale point. And that purple stitching along the whole side looks really, really good. They're talking about 4 dimensions of rest, which is their 4D. You've got up and down motion, you've got forward, you've got side to side, and you've got tilt. So a lot of, depending on how you sit, you have a lot of versatility. Some people, and we did check like Amazon reviews because this actually has been on sale. We wanted to take our time with our review, but Amazon sales, like one of the things is that for wider individuals, there is some limitations in terms of how much it moves out. So if you're a little bit girthier, you might have issues, but for the most part, for the majority of people, it actually looks like it fits pretty well. And those 4 dimensions of resting, specifically in the armchairs, end up really helping that. The rocking thing is pretty crazy. We were genuinely nervous, and we got video of this, right? We got video of Trevor doing the full 180 degrees, like laying down. You can actually nap in this chair, and it is something that they claim on their site. They're like, hey, if you want to nap in the chair, the pillow is very comfortable for just laying your head back, actually taking a nap. You could take your Snuggie, right? Like wrap yourself in your Snuggie and just basically after your long editing session, which, you know, or you've got your long hours of Brian playing Rocket League, just grabs a Snuggie and takes a nap, you know, and going in there. Overall, very comfortable. I mean, I would say on par with something like a business class seat on Delta or anything like that. You have a lot of options and versatility. If you just want to take a nap, you do. Most people, this is not going to be in there, but it does handle the recline. You can go to 180 degrees as a 330-pound dude or woman, either one, like we're not picky, 330-pound individual, and not have any issues whatsoever, which is pretty cool. The invisible mechanism, which is the part that they talk about in terms of being able to move it up and down, they have a really cool way of being able to hide the strap and letting it move up and down. No issue there. Overall, looks really good. One of the other things that's super important when you do one of these chairs, and sometimes it can be daunting. This is no IKEA level build when you get in there. Like, it doesn't come in like 500 pieces. The instructions aren't comprehensive, but for the most part, they're pretty easy to follow along. I think one thing we would note is that at the very end, there's like a plastic piece that goes along the bottom that can feel a little chintzy. Given the quality of everything else, it was surprising, but you could tell that there was a genuine lack there. It didn't line up just quite as well. Overall, looking at Amazon though, for review side, everything seemed to line up pretty well. For the most part, nobody really had issues. We looked at the overall reviews at the very end, and for the most part, people didn't have issues with building. Again, the only complaint that we really saw on Amazon was people having issues with the box showing up damaged. It doesn't feel like the box necessarily had enough protection, so should you end up with a gash in the box or something like that, that was the only particular issue. Right now, 63 ratings. It's a 4.3 out of 5 on Amazon, so which is very highly reviewed. And then the other thing too is, all in all, I'd say when we're done, we would definitely recommend this chair coming in at $349. When we compare this to other chairs of the same caliber, stuff from Exnomic, Titan, other ones, very, very evenly priced. And at the time of the filming for this, it was actually in stock. So what do we think here at Robeytech? Would we give the Caliber X1, is it truly the throne to conquer all games? Well, we give it 2 thumbs up. And we recommend, if you're looking for a new chair, that you check this out. What did you guys think? What did you think of the chair? Is there anything that you would add or want to see in our reviews to make you feel more confident in purchasing a chair? Well, let us know that down in the comments below. Would you buy this chair? Love to know. Of course, we also have the description and all the links for this stuff down below if you want to pick it up. And while you're down there, make sure you slap that subscribe button with that like button and ring that notification bell so you know each and every time we upload a video. Also, be sure to check out our live show every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, live on Twitch and on YouTube. Anyway, guys, we're gonna go hang out, maybe do some racing in that chair. What do you guys think? You know, it feels like a good thing to do now we finished review. Maybe do some Mario Kart or something like that. Outside of that, I hope you have a really great day, and we will see you on the next video. This is Robeytech. I love Robeytech. The more we have of Robeytech, the better. Everybody loves Robeytech.